So, yes, upgrading your mindset. What did that look like for you when you made the move, you got to Austin, and then something in your mind said, okay, I can't think how I was thinking before. What were the steps to get that upgraded mindset?
Well, I knew that I needed a routine or rituals, as I like to call them, something to like a routine to kind of keep me like on the right track to being this new person. So, one of my goals was I wanted to do a whole lot of things that just made me uncomfortable. So I can
Yeah.
understand like how to sit in discomfort because all last year was very uncomfortable for me. Like even doing new things to teaching and to like really getting active on my YouTube channel. Like I'm someone that's very private, so I don't
Yeah.
like to speak out a lot. So me speaking out now is like very new to me. So
Yeah.
I got into Soul Cycle, like a cycling class that's
Okay.
very like
Yeah.
very like where you don't know anyone, and I sit on the front row because it's very uncomfortable like when you don't know what you're doing, and I did that throughout the whole year, like just because it was very very uncomfortable. And then
Yeah.
I started to just talk to new people, like talking about what I do and going out to make new friends and all. So that was very like something that I did was get a whole new routine.
Oh wow. See, and I'm a routine person myself because especially like having a kid, you have to make sure that they're disciplined too, right? So they know when to wake up, when to go to sleep, whatever. But when it came to like starting this new venture, like this podcast, I said you have to get disciplined in what you want so you can see the growth, right? You have to continue to put things in place. Like when you're setting up interviews or when you're doing X, Y, and Z, you have to put things in place and watch the growth by you, like you said, sticking to that ritual, sticking to
Yeah.
that routine. Like stick to it. Is you're gonna see the growth and it may take a minute, but it's gonna happen. Like you're
Mhm.
gonna see it eventually. And I feel like the biggest thing too is that when people here take that leap of faith, it's like you said, it's that fear of like it's the
Mhm.
unknown. Like when I take it, what are my next steps? What like what am I supposed to do when I take that leap of faith? And so people say, "Well, I don't have the support. I don't have the support." It's not about having the support. If it's something that was itching, like on you and knocking on you, like you need to go, you need to do this, you need to do that, it doesn't matter who's supporting you. It's all about what you do without the support. Because at the end of the day, you're doing it for you. Did
Yeah.
you have that sense of like, I'm doing it for me and nobody else?
Yes. I'm a twin. I have a twin sister and a little brother, and we're all born on the same day. Our birthday's actually this Friday,
Oh,
so we're all born
wow.
on the same day. So I've never not had a moment to like do something really like by myself in a way that was like didn't attach like me being a twin or being like a sibling, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think a lot of people expected me and my sister to kind of be the same growing up. So I think that that was a struggle for me to think about, but also the fact that I really did not get a whole lot of support in general when I first like quit my job because I didn't have a backup plan. Like I am someone who really typically doesn't do backup plans. Like
Go for it.
I quit my job and I was like I'm gonna be working from home and this is what I'm gonna be doing. And so like that's what I did. But um yeah, I didn't really get a whole lot of support. I got support from like my immediate family, but there was people who were like, I don't understand like what you're doing. Like people really pay for eyelash extensions. Like what is that? Like
Yeah.
so it's like and at the time, like I've been in the beauty industry for like over 10 years. So I've done hair for a long time, then makeup. And for me, I thought that makeup would take me to where I wanted to go. But it was
Yeah.
actually like lashes. But like we talked about discipline, lashes was the thing that I had to get the most discipline in. So I think that's why I'm the most successful at it now. But back to what you were saying, yeah, I didn't really get like a whole lot of support. So I think the whole thing about the fear, I think that's why I say about the whole shame thing is because we think about what other people think. We are
Yeah.
second guessing ourselves because we're guessing and thinking of what someone else is going to say about what we're doing, and that
Yeah.
just paralyzes us and not when we're not able to move forward on what the things that we want to do. So
Yeah.
I think moving honestly was the best thing for me because to be honest, I didn't get a whole lot of support like in Tallahassee, like from the media people that knew me. It was more so people like outside of me. But I have like the most support like from moving away. You know how they say like strangers will support you, like more
Uh-huh. More than
more
your family will.
more people
Yes.
in general that you grew up with, like you went to school with, and you know that whole like people in that your area, like when they know you from a certain point back then with how you used to
Yeah.
be, like it could be kind of hard for them to accept this new you. So
Right.
coming out here where nobody knows me, I could be whoever I want to be, pretty much, and
Yeah.
it's been amazing. So I think moving has definitely helped me like not just get out my shell, but to overcome the thoughts and opinions of like other people.
Yeah, and I honestly feel like, cause that's me 100%. Like when God says, "Girl, move," I'm taking it with everything that I have, right? Everything that I have, because I'm like you. It's more of like, for one, I don't want to get complacent, and I feel like, and once you stay in your hometown, you become complacent. Not saying that you can't be successful. Not saying
Yeah.
that it's not gonna happen for you, but I feel like it's us, the younger generation. It's like, no, like I gotta go. I Hey, boo, I have to get out of here because if I want to grow, I have to go. And it's only so much growing that you could do, like where you grew up at or where's most of your time at, because then you start to outgrow the people. I mean, and that's not their fault. It's just that you know that there is more for you somewhere else,
Hmm.
you know?
Yes.
And like you said, and getting people to understand that this is my vision. This is what I want to do. It's not about if you don't believe it, if you don't care for it, whatever. I know what I want to do and how I want to go about it. Like,
Exactly.
and that's the thing, is people just have to understand, it's like it's your vision. It's your blessing, it's your purpose, and you have to go after that. Nobody can go after that except for you. Not your mama, not your daddy, not your brother, not your cousin.
Mhm.
It's on you. Like it's on
Exactly.
you. But like since moving to Texas, like you said, but what has that been like? Like the outpour of support and like creating a new network and like getting your business out there. What has that been like?
I mean, I will say that it has stretched me, like kind of referring back to what we were just talking about. Um, you realize how alone you are out here in certain ways. Like, although I do, like one of my best friends lives here, but she's married, she's got a family and all. Like, I rarely get to see her, but you realize
Right.
how like it's sink or swim. Like when you like get out to
Yeah.
a certain space when there's no one there to save you, no one there that if something happens, like you really have to like get all your things in order and you have to like put yourself out there continuously. So that's why I'm a fan of like doing a lot of things that are very challenging and doing them consistently because
Right.
not only does it help you to become better, but it helps you to withstand the times where things may not be sweet, where the business is up and down, where your money is up and down, or where
Yeah.
your confidence is up and down in what you do. So I think that being out here has pushed me to not just kind of get a new sense of who I am now, but it has actually helped me resolve a lot of issues and a lot of things, a lot of baggage that I had, like because I
Yeah.
realized that I couldn't hold on to a lot of that like in this new space. So it's actually
Yeah.
helped me to sit there and to go through a lot of the things that I have been through to help me to release that and finally accept my new in my current reality pretty much. So moving
Yeah.
definitely does that for you because you have nothing to do but to sit there because
And spend time with yourself.
because you'll realize that if you don't, like your life will start to play out the way that it used to. Like you'll realize the certain situations and the ways that you have been
Yeah.
going into that new area, like you're not going to be able to see the success that you want to see, like because even back in like I would still be seeing the same success that I was seeing like in Florida if I didn't change my mindset and my whole, way of being.
Yeah, no, no, no. I totally agree with that because I would say, and just watching you and like other people, like I remember a long time ago, in Florida, there was it was a design company. They were really good, had great work, right? Like amazing. Like if I had the money, I would definitely support them. And they just packed up one day and were like, "We're going to Dallas," and we were like, "What? What do you mean you're going to Dallas? Like you just getting started?" They just were saying that from one, it's my worth. I know what I'm worth. And I know that when I do decide to take this outside of my hometown, it's going to blow up, right? Because you're having the faith in yourself to know that I know what I'm worth. I know what I'm capable of. And like you said, it's sink or swim. Like, even if I do sink, I know I gave it a try. And
Hmm.
even if I do end up swimming, I know I gave it everything I had. And so the thing is with a leap of faith, you can't be afraid of failing. You can't be afraid of winning because it goes hand in hand. But you have to know that when you do decide to take that step, you're surrendering everything. You're giving it all up and you're saying, "All right, I'm listening, God. I'm gonna do what you tell me to do. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
go for it,
Yes.
and I'm just gonna let you guide me. I'm just gonna let you put those foots in front of the other and just be done." But I would say if you could give anyone any advice about taking that leap of faith, about just packing up and moving away, about pursuing that business 100%, what would you tell them?
Um, I would tell them, I think you know. I think you know in your heart, like when you need to take the path of least resistance. I think that innately there's something in you that knows that you need to take a leap somewhere. And I will say, because a lot of people say, like, was it Austin for me? And it's like, it doesn't necessarily matter the place necessarily. It's
Yeah.
the challenge in the way of like of challenging yourself to be better, and sometimes you could only do that in a different space, in a different place. So I
Yeah.
think innately you know when you,
Yeah.
especially when you want to create anything in this world. If you're a creator, if you are someone who wants to start a business or any creative endeavor, you cannot be ashamed to speak about what you want. You can't be
Yeah.
ashamed to promote yourself or promote your business. And so moving away, or even if you don't want to move away, putting yourself in a challenging situation consistently is going to help you to not just better yourself, but to learn more about yourself. So it's more so to me like the challenge in pulling yourself up to that next level, not necessarily the move or necessarily like the business.
Yeah.
It's what comes like from that is like your new self or your self security, like you're more secure with yourself. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's more than just like moving and taking the leap. It's kind of what you get from that too.
Yeah.
So
And
I
it's,
would
but
say
like I said, yeah. But like you said, it's more of you just being sure of yourself. And it's like you said, you know
yes.
what you want to do, you know what you're supposed to do. You've been speaking it, you've been manifesting it, and now you have to act on it. And like you said, just moving does that. Moving really makes you stand 10 toes down on what you said. Like
Mhm.
you said, I asked for it, I'm here. Now,
Um,
other than that, we gonna go for it and just see what happens. So no, I really do feel like though, like take the time to write your vision, make it plain, make sure that you know that in your heart and your mind and in your soul that if that's what you've been told to do, go for it. Like go after it. Don't waste time. Don't say what if this, what if that. I don't have the money, whatever. Just go. Just start. Cuz like you said, there's never a right time to start, and you will never know how something turns out if you don't start. You will
yeah,
never know what happens if you don't start. But Autumn, I would say just by you starting, I felt like you're like, well, I started. I'm here because
yeah,
I started.
yes, yes,
I'm here
yes,
because I started.
yes,
Yeah, but that's
yeah,
what I'm
it's,
saying. But just take, what you heard from me and what you heard from Autumn, but take it as like we're just saying what's been told to us and what's been given to us and just about what we know in the experience. And you know firsthand that taking that leap of faith is more than just the move. It's about you believing in yourself. It's about you knowing that, like I said, I'm here. I gotta work for it. I gotta grind. I gotta hustle. But everything will lay itself out. The path will continue to be walked and written if you just take that one step and say, "Hey, like I did it." Like,
Yeah, yeah.
and I feel like that's the thing is you just can't be afraid to say, "I did it" or "I'm gonna do it."
Yeah,
You
or
can't
even
be afraid.
just the challenges, because like especially when we say that we want to do something, that we want to be something,
Yeah.
or that we want to even have something, like don't think that, God did not hear you and was like, okay, well, these challenges are going to come in order for you to prove to yourself, not to prove to anybody else,
Yes.
but to prove to yourself that
Yes.
you are who you say you are. So once I
Yes.
started looking at it like that, I'm like, if I say that I'm this, or if I say that I have a six-figure business, like there's going to be challenges and going to be little things that come to show
Right.
me, like, for me to pull myself up and rise to the occasion, like that this is who I say that I am and what I have. So that
Yeah.
that pretty much is the way that I thought about it, and I was like, okay, like this is happening, and these it's uncomfortable because this is what I said that I am, and so I have to
Yeah.
rise to the occasion to meet that. So,
Yes, and that's my whole thing too. It's just like we get so lost in the ask that we're not focused on what is already given.
hmm
We get so lost in asking God, I want X, Y, and Z, I want this, and this, but you're not even focused on what He's already given you or what He's already said it's yours, or take this, take that. Do something with this first before I could give you something, bigger than what you're asking for. And
hmm
I have this thing is that you have to have big faith to have those big blessings. You can't have small faith and want big blessings. You can't. It don't work like that.
Absolutely.
Your faith has to be just as big as what you want God to do for you. Like you got to be up there. You
hmm
gotta be up there. And I know they say all we need is a faith of a mustard seed, but if you want God to do exceedingly and miraculous things, like you said, you gotta start speaking them. You gotta start saying though, as I am, as I are, this is what's gonna happen. This is
hmm
what's gonna come my way by staying faithful to that. So
Yeah.
no, I really agree. But Autumn, thank you so much for allowing me to interview you and tell your story about that leap of faith and just moving to the next level and changing your mindset, y'all. It's all about your mindset. You can't
Yeah.
go into a new situation with a bad or small mindset. You have to go into it positive. And like Autumn said, is it going to be hard? Yes. Are we going to have some challenges? Yes. But that's all about the process of making yourself better, making your life better. And Autumn, if the people want to get in contact with you, maybe want to take a class or maybe hear more about your story, where can they find you?
You can find me at my website, www.autumncartistry.com, or you can find me on Facebook or Instagram at those tags as well. And you can find my YouTube channel to learn about eyelash extensions. I give out free tips there at Autumn Cynthia, my middle name Cyntia. And yeah, just hit me up if you want a class or anything. All the information is on my site. So yeah. Thank you
Yes.
so much for having me. Like this was great. I
No,
really
thank
appreciate this.
you. No, thank you. I love I guess my biggest thing is I love hearing other people's stories of purpose. I feel like that kind of gives me a sense of purpose to be able to tell your story and just talk about this thing called life because it's not easy
Yes.
by any means necessary, right?
Yes. Yes.
But
Nobody's getting out of here
you're
laughing. So
we all not right. We're not getting out here alive. So,
you got to
but
start
it's just
doing
what
what things you want to do.
because at the end of the day, we all know. We all know what's gonna happen.
hmm
But I think it's just amazing to just to hear the story of you just surrendering and just going after what you want. I feel like that's very inspirational and motivational. So thank you for allowing me to get on this platform and help you tell your story.
Thank
But
you.
guys, this has been in another amazing episode of the You're Not Done Yet podcast, where your purpose is just moments away and I'm here to help you get there. Make sure you guys are following us on Instagram at You're Not Done Yet Pod. And we are on Facebook at the You're Not Done Yet Podcast. Until next time, guys, this has been another great episode. See you soon.
Bye.